I'm the mother of a young son, and I'm raising my son as a feminist.
Fun fact, I was also raised a feminist. My mother was a feminist back when that actually meant something. You see, back in your generation, you had legitimate grievances, which no longer exist. I respect feminism for what it was in the past, but not for what it is or does now.
But sexism is, well,
everywhere. And fixing that, it's my job.
and it's my job.
So you two don't actually have jobs then? You know, I think I'm starting to get a grasp of where this wage gap situation's coming from.
It's my job and your job too.
No, you see, I see my role as like damage control for what you guys do. Feminism is legitimately doing more harm than good to women. Seriously. Instead of being told on no uncertain terms that they will have equal opportunities, you're having their heads filled with nonsense like there's a patriarchy and that they're disadvantaged and they're always going to struggle because of this oppression you're all under. Feminism is creating the problem it claims it's trying to fix by brainwashing the next generation.
Oh, and dads? Wait, scratch that. All men. You are half of this equation.
Yeah, I get the feeling you're going to be sorely disappointed when men don't turn against their own gender on your request.
And it starts at my house and your house.
And you can keep the fuck out of my house. I don't trust you not to go around touching all my cool stuff.
What we say, it matters.
What was that? Sorry? I wasn't listening. I guess it doesn't matter.
It means teaching our kids that boys and girls can do anything.
Kids can do anything if they apply themselves. And they do. There's some excellent female doctors, lawyers, scientists. You've not reached some epiphany that women are suddenly capable. And it's a non-issue anyway, telling girls they're just as capable as boys when over half of all university spaces are held by women.
It means throwing out those old-ass gender norms.
Oh yeah, speaking about throwing out old ass. Ugh, these terms of service are killing me, Jeff. I know, Jeff. We all know. What? Of course the people watching can hear you clearly.
It means teaching our boys that their voices aren't the only ones that matter.
So having over half of all university spaces held by women isn't enough. You want to go into schools and tell impressionable young boys that their voices don't really matter. I feel very, very sorry for your children, and I would very much like some kind of investigation to make sure male children of single feminist mothers aren't neglecting their boys.
And sometimes the most important thing to do is listen.
It means talking about consent.
Okay, let's talk about consent. Let's talk about how male consent to sex seems to be somewhat flippant and optional. Only women can be raped, remember, and if a man doesn't consent to a female's forced advances, well, tough fucking luck there, slugger.
And calling body parts what they are. Say it. Penis. Vagina. No pee-pees and hoo-hoos in my house.
Why not? It's just a polite way of referring to the exact same thing. I just don't understand the benefits of your children not using the childish terms. I'd like the benefit of that explained. To paraphrase, well, the Bible of all things, when I was a child, I talked as a child, I thought as a child, I reasoned like a child, but when I grew up, I put away childish things. Let your children be children. Don't force them to grow up too quickly.
And how we talk about bodies, that also affects how we talk about space, consent, and respect.
Yeah, I don't think it's an educational issue when it comes to things like personal space and consent. I've never heard the defense in court, oh, wait a minute, this rape thing isn't allowed? Well, shit, sorry. People know it's bad, but a slim minority of people will do bad things. And you get none of my respect. You don't deserve it. You haven't earned it.
What we watch and read at home matters too. There are smart, active, determined girls on television and in books.
Kind of shooting yourself in the foot here. If that's the case, then why the hell do you need feminism to encourage girls to be all they can be, so to speak? They're already doing all these things. Your work here is redundant.
It means learning to express your feelings with words, not anger.
As someone with a slightly above average vocabulary, I'd have to concur. But riddle me this. What will words do when one of these bad people we spoke about earlier is attacking you? There will only be so many words that you can get out before you realise it's pointless and lose consciousness. And some of the angriest people I've ever seen have been girls screaming at each other outside of nightclubs.
Girls cry and boys cry. We all have feelings inside that need to come out, and that's okay.
Ah, well, you see, I can't cry. The mask could fill up. It'd be horrible. Like trying to cry with swimming goggles on. But there's also something to be said for a stiff upper lip in the face of challenging times. Not crumbling down and sobbing, but boldly standing up in defiance and not letting yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Look, I tell my kids, use your words for good.
Ah yes, lest we have another generation of well-spoken Bond villains determined to bring the world to its knees through the raw power of the spoken word.
No one ever said being a parent was easy, but it's work that needs to be done, and we're gonna do it, damn it.
Well, I'd hope so. It's quite a big commitment. Don't say it like you're doing the world some big favour. You choose to have a child. You give yourself that responsibility.
We are going to parent a generation of boys that are part of the solution rather than the problem.
And exactly how are boys the problem now? What problems are caused by men being men? Perhaps the hard work in society that needs to get done to keep things moving, building the houses you live in. Yeah, real problem characters, these men.
Because feminism isn't just about women, it's about everyone. It is about everyone!
Yeah, you can scream that as loud as you like, it doesn't make it any more true. Feminism is remarkably exclusionary when it comes to men. This video highlights that several times in several different ways. One of those ways being there's no men in the video, and telling young boys that they're part of the problem. I'd also like to know what the problem is. It sounds vaguely ominous. And besides, I've heard enough times that men can't be feminists from feminists, so at this point I don't know why beta males even try. So lovely viewers, what parenting techniques could you employ to turn your male children into effeminate hipster wankers? I'll put the answers that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.